Hey everyone, welcome to Uncomplicate by Freshworks, where we answer one question every day with one expert. Today I have Scott, who's the head of Americas, who heads the American operations for Cloudinary, to answer a very interesting question. So before we, kind of jump into the topic, welcome to Uncomplicate, Scott.
Hey Praveen, thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited about this. Thank you.
Yes, I think the question you're going to answer is also very exciting. Hiring and, kind of setting a path for SDRs, because one, in today's day and age, SDRs have become such an important function. And two, a lot of people, get back to me and say, hey, SDRs, if you start out as an SDR, you eventually will become a salesperson. So just wanted to get some clarity and your thoughts on, hiring for SDRs and what the career path looks like.
Absolutely. So when I hire for salespeople, whether that is a senior enterprise whale hunter or an SDR, I look for three things. And these three things are based on an amazing book called Never Hire a Bad Salesperson Again. The three things are a need for achievement. So this is somebody who is going to think about what their goals are on a daily basis, set goals for themselves, and manage their day-to-day activities through goals. The second part is, are they a competitive person? So this is somebody who is really geared towards being the top of the leaderboard inside of that organization. This is somebody who probably plays poker very competitively. This is somebody who probably plays some other sport very competitively today, not something that they did 10 years ago. And then the third thing that I look for is optimism. Being an SDR is one of the hardest jobs in technology sales these days, right? You spend your entire day being told, no, you're being hung up on, your emails are being ignored, they're going to spam. You're being told no 99% of the time. So I'm looking for that person that has that bounce back ability, that they're able to just kind of power through that for 6, 9, 12, 24 months. Like, it's a really hard job. So the three things that I look for again are that they're achievement driven, they're competitive, and they're optimistic. And I think that if you can find a candidate that falls into those three categories, they're going to be really phenomenal candidates for your organization.
Awesome. Then just one bit of question about, the career path. So how do you look at someone, who is just starting out their career with SDR?
I'm going through a personal change in thought on that. And I think that my short time here at Cloudinary so far has changed my lens about the career path for SDRs. It has always been this philosophy in Silicon Valley and in technology that a person has to come in and they start their career as the inside sales SDR, and then they become the outbound SDR, and then they become the junior salesperson on a corporate or a mid-market team, and then they become a senior person on that team, and then they become an enterprise person, and they become a senior enterprise person. And like, this is very well mapped out. And one of the things that I found fascinating about Cloudinary is that this team has amazing SDRs, and these are people who have been here for well over 2 years in that role. And I think that the lens that Cloudinary treats its SDRs with is really unique in Silicon Valley. We believe at Cloudinary that being an SDR is a really important job. And I think that a lot of organizations tend to think that being an SDR is like a really quick churn and burn type of role. And I think like when you take that philosophy and you put people on this track where in 12 months, you spend an awful lot of time just kind of spinning this wheel and recreating everything from scratch every 6, 9, or 12 months, because that's the turnover that you're going to experience with SDRs. So I think that, yes, you can get on that track as a management and as a leader inside of the organization. You are essentially having to replace your entire SDR team, and you might have 20, 30, 40 SDRs, and when you have to replace that team every 12 to 18 months, that's a tremendous amount of work. And my new lens on that is, why don't we treat these people a little bit better? Like, these are the people who are oftentimes building the entire pipeline for the organization. Like, it's a very, very important job. Let's not treat that as a 6, 9, or 12-month job. Let's treat that as a career, and let's celebrate the wins that team gets, because that team is building the foundation for a great organization.
Got it. I think that's a very valuable insight. In fact, something that's much needed in today's the sales and marketing landscape. So that's very powerful insights: the dog framework, the drive, optimism, and competitive framework that you told, and how we see SDRs. So thank you for joining for this edition of Uncomplicated Scott. It was a pleasure hosting you.
Absolutely, Praveen. I enjoyed the conversation. Thank you so much.